You doing? So I just became Valiant in my pay to win account. So starting from Act 1, it took me, let's see how long it took me, 23 hours and 59 minutes of gameplay. I want to emphasize of gameplay. So I didn't do it in one day, okay? I did it with, it took me, so I basically, when it comes to the time, I only started the time when I was playing the game. I never count. So, like, just like, wow, I did it in one day. That's got to be a world record. First of all, I, I think it took me about 10 days. I think something like that, starting from Act 1. Also, this is a pay to win account. And I didn't really start a new account. I started pretending if you did my introductory to this challenge, I started from Act 1, pretending it was a new account. So I started from Act 1 and I did a completion all the way to 8.3. So I went from Act 1 to 8.3, as you could see here. I actually got to 8.3 in 22 hours, but I just didn't I thought I had the materials to take two champions to 7-star rank 3, but I guess not. So it took me about 2 hours of gameplay to get uh, have enough materials to take two champions to 7-star rank 3. So let's take a look at who I ranked as a 7-star rank 3. So there you go. As you can see here, I got Morbius. I just awakened him. And then I had Diablo, two of the best champions in the game. So there you go. I am Valiant, as you could see. I am now Valiant in my pay to win account. So I would like to do an offer. And it's going to sound like a hypocrite right here, because we now, as you can see, we have the Deadpool event. We have the offers right here. It just started today. I want to do $100 challenge for somebody. I will sponsor them. Okay, $100 challenge to become Valiant from a new account. Okay, first they have to be Valiant, and they gotta pretty much post the video, starting from Act 1, and I will sponsor them for $100. I think it's gonna be hard. I don't know, even think it's possible, to be honest with you. Even the best players in the world, I think it's gonna be very challenging to do. The thing is, it doesn't have to be in one day. I mean, it's cool if they could do it one day, but all I care about is the gameplay. But I do have a limit, like 1 week, 1 week of gameplay with just 1 week, but basically 24 hours of gameplay. So basically same thing as I did. I just started the time when I started the game. So if they can do it in 24 hours of gameplay, I would be like, yeah, you deserve it. I will sponsor somebody who will try to attempt it. Personally, I will attempt it too if somebody wants to sponsor me. Starting from a new account, $100 to 24 hours of gameplay. There's no way I would do it in one day, like 24 hours, because that's just too much for me. I mean, unless somebody gives me $1,000 to do it, I would not do it. And plus the $100 for the gameplay. I think I don't even know honestly if I can do it. Maybe within a week, if I do my time wisely, I can do it, but it's hard. As you can see, this is a pay to win account, okay? And I barely made it starting from Act 1, and I have pretty much the best champions. So let me just show you the best champions to get to your progression level. And I want to emphasize, masteries do matter. I have the masteries perfectly set up for them. This is pretty much my team from Act 1 to Act 8. Let's go. Come on, what's going on? Oh, can't figure it out. Ay, caramba! So there you go. This is my team, pretty much. I mostly used, what do you call this? Mr. Sinister, Hercules, and Diablo. So these are pretty much my main team right here. Okay. Let's go. This is pretty much my main team. I use mostly Hercules from Act 1 to Act 6, and then Diablo mostly for Act 7, and Mr. Sinister mostly for Act 8. And then when it comes to Behemoth boss, I use Scorpion with the Venom synergy. Where is he at? With the Venom synergy. But I also had, pretty much I had Apocalypse too. Uh, so to become Mr. Sinister Horseman, and then I did use synergies for some of them, but for gameplay, I pretty much, this is the champions I used. So I definitely for sure could have done it faster, but because of, what is this? When it comes to Behemoth, I had him down to like 80. Where's Behemoth? Like 28%, something like that when it comes to Behemoth. And the game crashed. And I had to start over again. I literally spent more than like an hour more than to beat Behemoth. Okay, you do want to have a high rank Scorpion, at least a 6-star rank 5, and you want him at least awaken. But also a few things I messed up. So if you were gonna do this challenge, I'm just gonna let you know, and you're gonna choose the best teams that are in the game. Best team is subjective, I guess, but those are the champions I use. But if you're gonna use Scorpion, just keep in mind when you go against Behemoth. So let's look at Scorpion. Because Behemoth is immune to poison. So when you get knocked out and you start over, it automatically reset to poison. So I kept on like, when I died and then go back to against Behemoth, he's immune to poison, so it becomes useless. So I just have to exit out. Pick, you could pick shock or rupture. I just pick rupture. So I really messed up a lot when I picked Scorpion, but you want him rank 5, at least awaken for sure, preferably at max sig, and have that synergy with Venom as well. So another thing too is, what else? When it comes to 8.2, 8.1, I have no idea when it comes to this fight. When it comes to Scalise, it took me like twice as long. Like the first time I did it, my first attempt with Mr. Sinister, I didn't run Damage Mastery. It took me just over 10 minutes and 1 revives. And when I did this challenge, it took me like over 20 minutes with Damage Mastery. I don't know if it's the path that I took the wrong path or something, but for some reason, it took me longer, man, to do this path with Damage Mastery, this Scalise fight. The first time I did it, just over 10 minutes, and without Damage Mastery. With Damage Mastery, it took me over 20 minutes, like double, and 5 revives. So it didn't make really sense what happened there. So definitely took longer than I wanted to. So let's get out of here. And when it comes to another fight that took me longer than I was expecting was the Medusa boss. Let's see, book select. So the Medusa boss. For some reason, Medusa boss took me twice as long to do it. Did you hear that? That was a car. I don't know what happened here, but the first time I did this, I did it itemless, without boost, and including the entire path too. I used 6-star Diablo. It took me just over 12 minutes. And for some reason, with boost, I guess it could be the synergies that I had with Diablo. If I had better synergies, I think this would have been faster for sure. It took me like 25 minutes, like twice as long. So I definitely could have done it faster than 24 hours. And actually, the time right here, it's a little less than that, because when it comes to the timer, I forgot to pause the video, even though I stopped already for like 7 minutes. Not only that, a lot of times I paused the video or the game, and I was doing something else, and I didn't pause the timer. So it's definitely at least 15 minutes faster than what you see now, for sure. So I think if you're just talking about getting to 8.3, I could have done it probably the fastest, maybe 20 hours of gameplay to get to 8.3. So it's definitely possible to do it, but $100 though, it's really, even for the best players in the world, I think it's just gonna be super tough. But if somebody wants to do that challenge, $100 challenge to become Valiant within 24 hours of gameplay, not one day. I'm talking about the gameplay because I don't really care if it takes you one day or not. But the gameplay, 24 hours, uh, maximum 1 week to do it. I would definitely sponsor somebody to do it, or somebody will sponsor me to do it. I'll definitely look for that challenge. I think eventually it'll be it'll be reasonable to become Valiant in 24 hours of gameplay for the best players in the world to achieve. But I think it's just when the next progression come, I think it's definitely possible to hit 24 hours of gameplay when the next progression arrives. It'll be a lot easier by then, I believe. I think right now Cantona got to like Valiant in 30 hours of gameplay. So very close. I think, or maybe a little bit more, maybe, but I think 30 hours right now is possible. That's a free to play. So $100 to shade up 6 hours, I doubt it. You have to get really lucky with the crystals you pull as well too. So it's a challenge, but we'll see if they can do it. That's great. If not, that's okay too. But that is what it is. Hopefully, somebody can try to do it. This would be a great challenge. And I was willing to sponsor somebody to do it, or they can sponsor me to do it. It doesn't matter. I'm willing down to do the challenge, but I'm not going to do it in one day. I'm going to do it maybe within a week, 24-hour gameplay challenge. Thank you.